Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the woods. Well, it's going to be a hot day today. So, these chickens are getting some water in. And how else do we deal with a hot day? Well, we create a splash pad for the chickens. I got a hose hooked up to our misters today. And you can see it spraying there, maybe. Yeah, it's spraying right there. And so these guys are going to stay cool in there. And with it, that mister, it runs all the way through our hoop house here. And you can see it spraying at the end here. And it goes all the way down the middle up the roof there. So we try to keep these guys cool. Last year we learned a lesson. And what happened was we found out in the summertime we ended up starting to lose a lot of chickens due to the heat. And on top of that, our weight of the chickens dropped drastically because these guys were out in the sun and just getting too hot. And you know, it didn't matter how much water they drank; they were just trying to cope with the heat. So it's humid today. It's going to be in the 80s, 85 somewhere today, somewhere in that area. And we're going to try to keep these guys cool. Hopefully they'll go in the shelter and feel all that cool mist blowing down on them and be able to cope with this today. Tomorrow's supposed to be even hotter, 90 degrees. So you can see these guys over here drinking plenty of water. That's good. You guys are getting chunky. Not this weekend, but next weekend is processing date for these guys. I don't think they're as big as our last flock, although there are some healthy looking birds in here. But I'm planning on averaging, I'm hoping we can average probably about 6 pounds, 7 pounds per bird. So we might lose a little bit on the weight. Of course, we always expect that in hotter months. But they're healthy and they're looking good. So we'll be moving these guys shortly. They got some grass back here, but they have decimated what was up here. So I think this weekend, probably this weekend, we're going to be moving these guys, get them into a fresh area. So there's our pasture out there. It's doing good. It's not as established as I'd like it. So we've decided maybe not to move something out there just yet until we get more out there. But we got plenty of clover out there. We planted that on purpose for the chickens to eat, whatever animals we decide we might want to get next. But you can see, you know, it's not thick. From a side angle, it looks pretty good, but when you walk out here, it's just not that thick. However, we've been getting a lot of rain, and I'm really digging that because last year we didn't get really any rain, and ended up just losing all the grass out here. It was just terrible. It was just so hot and dry that nothing would ever grow. It just dried up and we lost it all. But this year, so far, so good. We planted early spring last year, and like I said, it dried up. Never could get the grass to establish. This year we're seeing some good healthy stuff, like right there. That is a good sign because, you know, the blades of grass are a lot thicker. It means it's got established. Before it was just those real thin baby blades of grass that they would never establish and take off. We got a bunch of turtles. You see a hole right there? That's a turtle egg. That's where the turtles laying eggs. You can see a better one right here. You see where the two back feet print are, and then the tail dug a hole and she laid some eggs in there. So yeah, we get a lot of turtles out here. That season's over. I think they're done with that. This area in here is probably my best area. Of course, it gets the most sunlight too. You can see all the clover out here. But over in this area, you can see all this grass. That is a good sign for this area, but it's just not enough. So we decided we're not going to put the chickens out here just yet. And it's like that pretty far up there. So this just ain't enough area. These chickens will have this torn up in a day or two. But this is a good sign. This real thick blades of grass have gotten established here, and we're happy with that. So hopefully the rest of it will follow suit shortly. And this rain is helping us get it. So this year we actually planted this grass in the wintertime, and I was pleasantly surprised that it sprouted the way it did. I think the reason why it did that is because in the wintertime, you got leaves still falling. These darn deer flies are getting me. In the wintertime, you got leaves falling, and it's covering the grass seed, and I think that leaf coverage helped it stay warm and sprouted, and it did pretty good. So I think next year I'm going to do that right in the fall. I'm going to start planting more grass down here in the fall, overseed this, and see how that turns out. So, but this was all planted probably November time frame, November, December, and I got great results. So on top of that, no leaves on the trees means more sunlight hitting that grass. Of course, this is eastern North Carolina. We don't get that cold. We do get below freezing. But once the stuff is sprouted, you know, that leaf coverage keeps it warm. You know, I think that's what helped us. So anyway, just thought I'd share with you, you know, what things are looking like around here. Like I said, processing day, not this weekend, but next weekend. We're going to have to do it on Sunday. My daughter has graduated high school. Not high school, but she was homeschooled, so she was finished actually last year. However, the Homeschool Association does a little graduation ceremony for them, and that's happening next weekend. So, of course, it falls on processing day, but I'm off work, and I'm not going to complain about it. So Sunday looks like our day to process. And it's a holiday weekend, so Holly will have Monday off, and maybe she can get some help over here to help package, because I'm going to have to work that evening. Well, I can probably get up in the morning. We can probably do it early in the morning and package on Sunday or Monday morning. So, because you really want those chickens to sit in the cooler for about 24 hours before you package them. But anyway, they're chatting at me. Somebody's probably laying an egg. Oh yeah, there's a girl sticking her head out right there, creating all that ruckus. She probably got an egg laid in there. Our American breasts. Talk to me, girl. Oh, that's right. Anyway, that's all for now. We'll see you next time in the woods.